Hi, today we're going to be getting into my financial goals for 2022, and of course I have a few, so let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to accomplish in 2022 is to, of course, max out my retirement account. So that includes my Roth IRA and my 403b/401k. So for the year 2022, the max contribution limits are $6,000 for a Roth IRA and $20,500 for a retirement account such as a 401k or 403b. So combined, I should have put away around $26,500. So maxing out my retirement accounts is very important to me because it's actually a great way to build wealth, like low key, because it's pre-tax money, as well as the fact that you can't do catch-up contributions necessarily until you get to around 50. So it's always good to invest as much as you can while you're still young so you can have compound interest and have money put aside for retirement. So somewhat related to maxing out my retirement accounts is my goal for this year is to be financially independent. If you haven't already checked out my videos about financial independence that I've made so far, they go over why I want to be financially independent, what my goal number was, and the original time frame / plan that I had to become financially independent. So to summarize, my plan is to have enough money invested so that I can safely withdraw enough to live on so that I don't have to work entirely, or I can lower my working hours. In order to accomplish this for 2022, I'm going to have to do a few things. So as I mentioned before, I plan to max out my retirement account. So that's step one. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to continue investing in my brokerage account, and that is where the majority of my investing happens. So I have a set amount that I put aside every month when I get paid, and that is automatically put into that account. So my plan is to continue doing that. And then I also have a certificate of deposit which has a 3% interest rate at the moment, and I plan to, once that matures, to just put all of that money into my investment account, because investments by and large make more than 3% per year in terms of interest. So that's going to contribute to my financial independence goal number as well. And then in addition to that, I'm also investing in cryptocurrencies, so Bitcoin. So I'm going to continue doing that as well, and that counts as part of my total investment portfolio as well. And then the last thing that's going to allow me to reach financial independence this year is the fact that I do get an employer match, which is relatively sizable. So as long as I contribute to my retirement accounts, like I mentioned before, the pre-tax one, so the 401k, 403b, then I should be getting that match. And with all those accounts and contributions and everything that I put aside, I should be able to reach my financial independence goal this year, which would be amazing. Definitely stay tuned for the update that's going to be coming on later in the year. The next thing that I have to do is purchase a car, which has been a long time coming. My current car is literally 14 years old. I just did the math on it, and that's like crazy. I don't mind my car necessarily, but it is starting to, deteriorate, like one thing after the other, having to go to the mechanic. Additionally, since it's old, like the safety features are not that great, nor does it have like the luxury features that I would appreciate, especially in the winter, like heated steering wheel, heating seats, things to that effect. So in light of the fact that my car is about to fall apart at any point in time, I have decided that right around this time should be a good time to buy a car. I wanted to buy one last year, but then the whole supply demand situation was out of whack, and it still is. So I just have to bite the bullet and just pay a ton of money for a car, which I'm not really looking forward to. But stay tuned because I will document my journey and how I choose to finance that as well. So I kind of have an idea of what type of car I want. I want a hybrid SUV or a plug-in hybrid SUV. So if you have a car that fits that criteria, let me know what it is and what you think about it, because I'm definitely on the lookout. I'm very undecided as to what I want, but based on the price point and the criteria that I have in terms of features and etc., I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna end up with a Lexus, a Toyota, a Hyundai, or a Kia. So we'll see. I need to start test driving, and hopefully I can do that tomorrow since I'm gonna be off. Another goal of mine is to continue investing in crypto, and as I mentioned before, it is going to be part of my investment portfolio, and I actually just started invested in crypto in December, so a month ago. If you want more details as to why and my thought process, etc., then you you can check out my January budgeting video and I talk more about that. So right now I'm investing in crypto via Robinhood. So I have it set up to automatically invest $60 in Bitcoin every week. So that totals around $3,120 for the year, which I feel is a decent amount. It's enough that if I get a return, that's great. Like, I feel that's adequate, but at the same time, if I lose that $3,000, the fact that it's been distributed like over the year, it's a little less painful. So far in the month that I have had Bitcoin, I've lost 15% of what I put in. So that's not exactly encouraging, but obviously like I know the risk and the rewards involved. So I'm just gonna hold on to it and see how it goes. My next goal for 2022 is to monetize my YouTube. I've been on YouTube for several years. I think I started my account in 2018. I may or may not have posted at that point in time, but whatever. I've been in here for a few years, on and off, inconsistently. Every time I like get on and I'm like gung-ho, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and be good at it, and then like I just get either underwhelmed, like exhausted because it is a lot of work, and or I feel like I'd rather just like lay in bed and watch YouTube videos and not necessarily create them. So we'll see. I am interested in being a little more aggressive with my YouTube prospects because eventually starting this year I'm going to be decreasing my work hours, so I will have more free time and I want to do something productive in that free time. Like, I do enjoy YouTube and like sharing content about my life because I feel like it's helpful for other people. I definitely find it helpful when I watch and search for videos on YouTube about topics that I'm interested in. So I want to do that, and with the free time I should be able to do what I need to do to get to where I need to get to. So as it stands, I have a little over 500 subscribers, which is amazing. I mean, it took me a long time to get here, but still, I want to thank everyone that has subscribed and watched just my video for doing just that. I really appreciate it. With that in mind, I need another 500 subscribers, so 1,000 total, and 4,000 watch hours to become monetized on YouTube. And I feel that if I post consistently, which is effectively once a week, that's my goal for the most part, then I should be able to reach the watch time hours and the subscribers as a result. With that in mind, if you have any content ideas or questions or things that you think I can produce that could be helpful to you, let me know in the comments below, or you can always contact me directly with the link in the description bar. My next goal for 2022 is to decrease my shopping. If you don't already know, based on my budgeting videos, I've had a little issue with shopping. Let's see, I enjoy buying nice things. It's kind of a problem in that I feel I have like too many things at this point, and it's kind of overwhelming. Like, my closet is overflowing. I keep on buying home decor items and I have like nowhere to put them because my home is not set up ideally the way that I wanted it, because initially last year I was going to renovate my house, and then it became a whole thing in terms of getting someone to do it, the pricing, etc. So I decided not to renovate my house, and as such, like, I never bought the furniture necessary to style it the way that I wanted because it's not finished. So I'm like, why am I buying furniture for a place that's not finished? In my idea of it, like, there's still work to be done, and I don't want furniture in here for when I actually have to renovate it. So the fact that I'm buying home decor pieces that I have nowhere to put is like a thing. And also, I spend money on all things shopping, so like jewelry, shoes, etc. So those 4 areas are where I want to rein in my shopping. So a part of the problem, like, with my shopping habit that I've developed is that I spend a lot of time, like, if I'm bored, like, going on my favorite website or like going to stores that I like. So H&M, like, I was literally on there like every day, like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, like I'm there like every week, which does not need to happen. So effectively this year already, or for the past few weeks, I've kind of like reined that in and like stop going to those stores, that's going on websites. So that is the first piece of the puzzle in terms of like decreasing my shopping. And the fact that I have these financial goals that I want to meet this year, primarily the fact that I should be able to become financially independent this year, like, I feel like that takes precedent over anything else. So I'm willing to do what needs to be done to like achieve that goal. Like that has been a long time in the making and I'm ready to get there. So there's that. So just for fun, I decided to like look back at my shopping from last year. So in the categories that I mentioned before, so clothes, shoes, home decor, and jewelry, I spent $4,717 last year on just those things. And to top off the entire shopping category, the next big purchase was my Chanel shopping trip, which feel free to watch the video to see what I bought. But all of those things combined meant that I spent a good amount of money shopping, which if I don't do that this year, I should be able to save that amount of money. So also, along with the lines of consuming less, I need to get rid of things that I have already, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a task for me because I don't enjoy listing things and I don't enjoy decluttering itself. Like it's a difficult process, but I'm gonna work on it because it like needs to be done, and I definitely feel much better when I have like less things in my living space. So coupled with the fact that I'm gonna be working less later on in the year, I should have time to accomplish my time sensitive money goal. So I should have time to devote to YouTube so I can be monetized, and I should have time to declutter and sell items that I no longer need. If you're curious about no buys, low buys, no spend years, etc., I have done one before, and I have a link in the description bar for both challenges that I did and how much money I was able to save and some of the things that I learned in the process. So feel free to check that out. Because I have done it already, like I know that I can do it again. I know it's difficult for people sometimes to do these things, but I guess if you have a particular goal in mind, and for me, I'm very money focused and goal oriented in general, so I feel like since I know what I'm aiming for, like I'm just gonna like get my life together. So I should be able to accomplish this no spend year with those categories. With that in mind, stay tuned for the progress on my no spend year as well as my other goals for 2022, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.